What's up guys, Max here, back with another Street Fighter V breakdown, and based off the time I had with the game at E3, I got in about a total of maybe over 100 matches between all the time I had with all the different characters on all the different setups. I had a lot of different impressions on the game, which were mostly based off the characters I was using at the time, and definitely not going to be playing much of Ryu in the game right now. I don't find him entirely too much fun, and I was roaming around the roster looking for other characters. I do like that they changed up Bison quite a bit. His cloak looks great, but I'm just not a big fan of just Bison in any way at all. Cammy and Birdie are also fairly interesting, but just for some reason don't resonate with me very much. And the same can be said for Chun-Li. Even though her moves look really good, I like that her lightning legs was changed to a regular like motion normal instead of doing mash buttons. But at the same time, I just really wasn't feeling any other character except Nash. And I'm not entirely a huge Charlie fan by any means, but the way he was playing in this game I found to be the most interesting because he didn't play like a traditional Street Fighter character. He kind of had a mixture of what Guile does, of what Adon does, and a couple of other things between, and with a lot of interesting target combos as well. So we're going to talk completely about Nash. Shockingly, I was actually at this event, and I was meaning to stay off the camera as much as possible and just learn in the background while all the tournaments and events were going on, and somehow I got my face on camera quite a few times between some of the casual stations as I was learning and fighting random people. So these matches are actually me playing Nash, and on the third day and trying to figure out everything on this third day, because this is where I finally settled down and I was like, alright, you know what, I'm sticking to one character. I'm gonna try to figure out how this dude works, and maybe I'll end up liking him, and I kinda did in the end, so I'll say I'll definitely be playing a lot of Nash when the beta comes out later next month. Now, let's quickly talk about him. Nash has been completely changed than what he was before. Animation-wise, he has easily one of the best neutral poses ever in a fighting game. It looks seriously cool. He's really dark, he's really dramatic now. I don't know if he's a bad guy, but I do like the way he looks on some of his stuff, even though it has a ton of startup. Nash has some fairly fast close-range normals, but a lot of his other stuff, and especially his heavy attacks, they are super slow, man. I'm gonna say his sweep is most likely his fastest heavy attack, but his standing heavy punch, his standing heavy kick, as well as forward heavy punch, which is the back fist. Oh my god, it is ridiculously slow, but they move very far. Nash's walk speed is also kind of comparable to Makoto in Street Fighter 3 or Street Fighter 4, so it's really not that good, but he does have a fast backdash and he does have a fast forward dash, and he's also got a fantastic cross-up button. It's like the universal cross-up button, which is medium kick. His medium kick is amazing to cross-up opponents, and it has a really, really, really big hitbox right now, and I like that. His grab range is really shallow, though. You gotta be pretty much in their face in order to grab them, and I do feel it's different between character by character basis. As far as his sonic booms, they're a little weird. The light one has the most amount of recovery, but goes the fastest. The medium is kind of like medium recovery, medium speed, and the heavy one goes super freaking slow, but it has a very fast recovery. That one kind of reminds me of like a light sonic boom from Guile. Otherwise, he has very interesting flash kick style moves. He essentially does not have a reliable anti-air outside of crouching medium punch, and even that is only okay. It doesn't really catch a lot of really angled jump-ins and stuff like that. He does not have a great anti-air in regards to specials at all. The heavy one, which is like the Genocide Cutter, that thing is not good. He has a medium like Genocide Cutter style move, which is Fireball back with kick, which just hits a little bit more horizontally, and then he's got a light one which just hits kind of more towards the ground. I think all these moves are generally unsafe. They can be punished, but they don't have a huge punish window. He's got a very interesting move, which is Shoryuken Punch, which he lunges forward, grabs your face and stuffs it in the ground and throws you away. Fantastic looking move, but its usability right now is kind of tough. I'm trying to find the best way to put it, because I believe the light one and the medium one were not overheads, and only the heavy one was an overhead, and the heavy one easily has some of the most startup of any special move I've ever seen in a Capcom game. It's got like, I swear to God, like 60 frames of startup. It takes a long damn time. His V-trigger stuff is fairly interesting because he's got essentially the Wesker teleport of all the V-triggers in the game right now. His V-skill is pathetic. It's probably the worst V-skill in the game at the moment. He essentially just grabs a fireball and pockets it, giving him V-skill ability. He can also sort of poke with it and like touch you and it doesn't do much damage. It's got a good distance, but you can't cancel out of it, you can't cancel into it, so it's just kind of there, and it still gives you V-skill gauge. It's essentially a worse version of Ryu's parry in a way, and doesn't have much effectiveness other than just kind of soaking fireballs, or maybe using it as a poking tool every once in a while, because I feel like I have been punished for it if they do block, like a Shoryuken can punish this thing. His V-trigger being the teleport, which can either go in front, behind, or up and behind your opponent, is pretty awesome, and it can set up for some very interesting combos, and you should be using it kind of as soon as possible when you get it. But at the same time, I feel like it's super expensive. Like, in order to use this thing, it takes both of your V-trigger bars. It takes 2 bars to get to maximum V-trigger, and then they're both gone as soon as you teleport. It doesn't do like an activation like almost every other character in the game has right now. It just, bam, goes into it and you teleport. And I almost feel like it should only use 1, but who knows, it might get adjusted, it might not. He might be the very similar character to what we're seeing right now. And the last thing he's got in regards to special moves is essentially like Adon special, the axe kick, where he lunges forward. This was one of the moves that I kept forgetting to use, and is probably his best tool for avoiding fireballs and jumping past that stuff, because he does this huge lunge forward and is the best way that he can get in without jumping. Because in this game, probably like every other Street Fighter game, jumping is very scary. Even though in Street Fighter 4, jumping was really damn scary because you can Shoryu FADC into freaking Ultra and lose potentially 40 to 60% of your health. In this game, you can kind of lose a lot of damage just by regular anti-airs, because the damage is so damn high. And that's not exactly a bad thing. It does encourage the Street Fighter kind of grounded-based zoning and fundamentals, and there will most likely be other characters in the game that are good at aerial attacks. But right now, you back forward, you walk back and forward, and you try to bait a normal, you punish their normal, and, you know, so on and so forth. That's kind of the core fundamentals of Street Fighter, and right now Street Fighter V has a huge emphasis on that, and they're going to be tweaking the game to kind of accommodate that entire gameplay design. And right now I feel Charlie's some of the most fun. The big thing I was using with him a lot are his target combos. He's got a light punch to medium punch target combo, which is special cancelable. It makes for a great hit confirm, as well as the light kick into medium kick, which is okay as well. You can special cancel out of that one, but if you're very, very, very close to the opponent, you can cancel, or you can actually link into the light punch, medium punch ones after for a pretty cool looking 5-hit combo. His crouching HP can also be kind of linked into the standing light punch and a medium punch, but these combos feel very Street Fighter 4-y when you try to start linking between them. They're pretty tight framed links right now, and they're not the easiest to do, but they do look pretty damn cool, and Charlie kind of goes crazy when he hits you with a combo, cancels it into a sonic boom, teleports to the other side, kicks you, does another target combo, and ends the thing, or goes into super. The best move he's got right now to special cancel into super is the light version of his flash kick, his fireball back with a light kick, flash kick. You can hit that once, it sends them flying, cancel it into the shadow zone, and dash across the screen and hit your opponent. And not to mention, his super is very good as far as avoiding fireballs and traveling full screen and punishing. I was testing out its speed and viability in punishing full screen fireballs, and if Ryu does not have V-trigger activated, Ryu's got quite a bit of recovery on his fireballs right now, and you can pretty much nail him every single time. Ryu is unable to throw fireballs against Charlie if he has full stock, because this thing essentially transforms into a Capcom vs. SNK 2 Rock Shining Knuckle. It just goes full freaking screen across the entire thing and travels through projectiles, and does a pretty decent amount of damage, but it's not great. It only does about maybe 25 to, I'd say maybe 30 to 35%. Not 25, that's a little bit too low for this game. It's okay, but it scales very hard when you put it into a combo, which makes sense because it has a lot of usability. That's about it for Nash right now, guys. Like I said, I'll probably be doing a week of Nash when that beta comes out, trying out maybe a few other characters and seeing how it goes, but I was absolutely having the most fun with this character. Shocking that it's, you know, the blonde, cool-looking dude. I can't help it, he's the only dude I was kind of having fun with, and I'll definitely be playing more of him when the game comes out until some other characters are announced. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more Street Fighter V coverage. My name is Maximilian, and I'll see you next time.